You thought she was the one. You pictured your entire future together. You pictured what your kids would look like. You gave her everything you possibly could, but now you're only left with silence, confusion, and pain. Here's the cold truth that most guys don't learn until they get their heart broken a few times. She's never yours. It's just your turn. Let's jump right into the catastrophe of what's called modern dating. Modern dating is built on options, not love, not connection, not romance. In a world of constant swipes, DMs, backup plans, how would you even think that this woman is going to be loyal to you during a talking stage? Hell, most women aren't even loyal in an actual relationship, and you still expect loyalty out of a woman who has 30 plus guys in her DMs on any given day. And most people, if they're high enough value, keep their options open constantly, even in relationships, especially if they're not fully invested. So yeah, for a time, you held her attention, man. You gave her validation. You entertained her. Congratulations, like a monkey at a circus. And you held her attention, but you didn't hold her heart and you didn't hold her soul. You pretty much just rented her time. Here's another one. It benefited her at the moment. That's why she was with you. Love, comfort, validation, a lifestyle, whatever it was that she was wanting or needing in that moment, you gave it to her. That's why she was with you. There's this fairy tale idea about love from a man that all we need is love and admiration. And that's 100% true. We understand that. We don't need you to provide for us or do anything else. Just be you. Be the person, the woman that we fell in love with. Show up for us. Be there for us. That's it. There's nothing else. That's all we look for. Be loyal to me. Be loyal to my children. That's all. But women don't love like we do. Women love us, yes, but they also love what we can provide. And the second that those things cease, so does that relationship. And look, man, right or wrong, it's an evolutionary trigger. You can sit here and just blame women your entire life. But the point is, our species has survived because women have selected men based on what they've accomplished, what they can bring home. It's the classic hunter-gatherer thing. So don't be mad at her, man. Be mad at biology if you're gonna be mad at something. But look, back to the video. Once those needs changed, so did her feelings. And don't you love it when that happens? What a mystery that one day she loves you and the next day she hates you, and it's like, okay. See, this is where the memes about feeding your girlfriend food changes her mood completely. That's where they all come from, because you're providing for her and that instinctually tells her, hey, this guy's actually a good guy. You need to treat him better. And so she does. Why? Because you are providing for her. That's what changes her. That's what makes her respect you, at least part of the way. And again, man, it's not personal. It's just transactional. That's how modern relationships see each other. You give me time and validation. I'll give you a BJ in your car, and you can drop me off and pay for dinner the next time. And we're gonna keep repeating this cycle until they find something better. Honestly, you shouldn't even save her in your phone until you guys are official. And even then, I wouldn't even put her full name down. You weren't chosen, you were convenient until you weren't. Until the guy that she met at the grocery store or the guy that she met out with her friends made her feel butterflies, and then your 10-year relationship all of a sudden doesn't mean much, because it's whatever you can provide in the moment. That's it. What she did yesterday and how much she loved you yesterday and all the things she promised you yesterday, those don't mean anything, because women only love in the moment. They don't love in the past or in the future. It's only right now. So when they tell you they love you, they hate you, they never want to see you again, they always want to be with you, all of those things are only meant in that moment. That's it. It's not going to matter tomorrow. Hell, it's not even going to matter an hour from now. Now, here's the biggest point. If you take nothing else from this video, please take this. Most guys understand this subconsciously, but I want to bring this forward consciously to you right now. Listen, bro. Women leave the relationship emotionally before they leave it physically. So while she's in your relationship, she doesn't want to be alone. So if she ends that relationship when she actually wants to, she's gonna have to be on her own and find another person. So what she does instead is she looks for another person. She keeps her options open. She keeps that roster warm, because she knows that, hey, I might give this guy another month or two, and if he really doesn't step up, you're gone, just like that. And it seems to take a lot of men by surprise, because they think, I've been in a relationship with this woman for 7 years. How can they do that? But here's the deal. They don't. They disconnect before they ever leave physically. That's the pitfall with men, is that we become so accustomed to our daily life and to our daily routine, and we really love that. We could do that for the rest of our lives, truly. But with women, it's much more than just routine. They've got to have chaos of some kind. That's why when she suddenly leaves out of absolutely nowhere, it always takes us by surprise, because we don't understand. She disconnected like 2 or 3 months ago, dude. She's been over you for at least a month, and she just decided to leave physically now because she has another guy. Or it's kind of worse if she doesn't, because she chose to be alone rather than with you. Like, that's kind of worse, you know what I mean? She likely scrolled through her options, kept her DMs open. God forbid she ever not talk to another man. She flirted with your replacement months before she actually left you. You thought everything was fine. You were living in the moment, day by day. You're comfortable with your life without ever realizing that this woman that you love was planning her escape because you didn't introduce enough chaos into her life. She didn't leave suddenly. She just stopped pretending to stay. The guys before you thought the exact same thing, and the guys that are going to come after you are going to think the exact same thing. You weren't the first to think she was different or special or cool or sweet or the hottest girl you've ever been with. And here's the thing, you're going to think that about the next girl too, because we're all kind of stupid like that. That pattern will continue until the girl you're dating is ready to actually be with you, not when you think you'll be enough to change it, because that's what we want to believe. There's something inside of us that loves to be the hero. We want to save the people that we love, and that includes emotionally. We want to be the one that they anchor themselves inside of. But the thing is, she's got to be willing and open to receiving your love, and most women just aren't. They're open and willing to receive attention and validation all day long from all different guys, but the second that it gets real, especially if you're dealing with an avoidant, they bolt. You weren't the main hero of her story. You were just the next chapter. So what do you do? What do you do in the modern dating world? Number one, you stop trying to own people. It's illegal now, apparently. What I mean is, men, when we get into relationships, we want to own, not her, we want to own the relationship. And that's very natural, okay? And usually that leads to over pursuing, and I can get off on that tangent, another time. But we tend to treat her like a prize rather than an actual person. And once we've got that prize, we feel like we've got it, we put her on the shelf, and we're done with her. But that's not how the relationship is supposed to work. She is her own person. She's going to have her mood swings day after day after day. And you've got to constantly be that same man she fell in love with. And she's got to be the man that she loves and respects every single day. And you've got to earn it every single day. And how do you do that? You build value. You set standards. That's so important. Once you draw a standard with your girl, you don't want her going out in that dress with her friends because you know exactly where it leads. You don't want her going on spring break by herself to Miami with her girlfriends. You know exactly what happens. All of these obvious things aside, you've got to make her earn you. Now look, this has nothing to do with ego. Why I say that is because whenever a woman earns you, she will stay a lot longer and she will attach a lot harder because she actually had to work for your attention and work for your affection. What happens with most guys is that we meet a girl, we take her out, we have a good time, and then we start talking about relationships, and she might kind of agree after a few dates. But here's the thing, that was never really her idea. You were just kind of pulling her along for the ride, and the relationship has to be your fault, but she's the one that has to pursue them. She'll bring up exclusivity with you when she's ready. Until then, you don't even bring it up. You just focus on hanging out and having fun. That's it. Just relax, man. You don't need to trap her into a relationship. That's you trying to make her the prize, put her on a shelf because you don't know what tomorrow brings. And that's your insecurity saying, hey, she might be gone tomorrow. You better lock this down. Have enough security in your masculinity to say, you know what? If she leaves tomorrow, that's fine, because she would be leaving a man that would treat her really, really well. And you got to view it like this, guys. She was just a lesson, not a loss. When it's your turn again, you'll be colder. You'll be stronger. You'll be smarter. And that's not because you're going to treat the next woman poorly. Some guys do that, and that's not what I'm advocating for at all. You need to learn how to play the game so that you aren't played by it. Love her, enjoy her, respect her, but never forget she's never yours. It's just your turn. Little bro, I got you, and you got this. I'll see you in the next one.